This video shows the history of table relations implementation in DIMS up to this point, and the modifications required to be easier to understand and read. First implementation of the table relations was part of the SQL Server PowerShell provider control, where user was provided with the default methods and properties the SQL Server PowerShell provider has. The control displays only some specific nodes from this hierarchical view, and for the tables node, once a table is selected, we can retrieve the references for it. The display I chose for that looks like a start or circle. Our table is in the middle, and all the other tables starting clockwise are drawn on the canvas. The second control created to display the relations was data modeling control, which retrieved the relations via a TSQL script, and once it's done, it starts displaying all the tables alphabetically on the canvas. Compared with first control is that the first control was having each object, in our case a table, displayed with a default height, which helps when displaying objects in different shapes, like star, and so on. The second control, the data modeling control, was enhanced to allow the user to select which data each object will contain, which means each table might end up having different height, hence it would look not so nice on the canvas. I will try to filter the tables and display only the table shown in SQL Server PowerShell provider control. Also here, in order to see how the way you chose to draw the tables on the canvas affects the ability to understand or consume the output. It will take me some time to filter and to display those tables and arrange them also in a star or circle-like shape. When this is done, we could see that having a single line between tables is better than having more lines. I wanted to have more lines because this data modeling control was supposed to provide other features too, but due to time constraints, I haven't had time to continue the work on it. When those controls were created, I was not into using arrows between objects on the canvas. This came later as part of tasks control, in which I added the arrow showing the direction between two objects on the canvas. The goal is to use code I already have with what ChatGPT provides in order to display tables relations in the same way DB Visualizer does. If we look to the way tables are displayed there and my alphabetically order, we can see the huge difference it makes when visualizing those relations in a meaningful and easier way to understand and see. DB Visualizer is filtering the tables using a different approach than the one I am using, but I used that one because it was the easier one to implement for my data modeling control. For the remaining of the video, you will see some of the layouts DB Visualizer provides, which I would like to implement for my data modeling control too. While making this video and the caption, I stopped more than once trying to look to these layouts and how tables are displayed and checking for a pattern. I haven't found one, which is why I will try to check the layouts meaning via ChatGPT and how they can be achieved. These layouts and fine-tuning the code I have for data modeling after the introduction of the filtering capability will be addressed, and I hope presented in the next post.